And welcome to the Seahawkers podcast. I'm Brandon Schultz. On days 3 and 4 of training camp, we heard from both quarterbacks involved in the competition, but I see here that Wilson wants to hold that to the second half. So let's first begin with defensive coordinator Clint Hurtt, who talked about his initial impressions from camp.
The energy's been really good so far. I've been impressed with the memory recall coming back off of the spring. And the things that we've had, coming on back in has been an aggressive install going forward. So the guys have really grasped that well. Continuing on the communication and things like that. That's the things I'm looking forward to see.
One of the biggest things fans are looking out for is the development of the pair of inside linebackers.
Jordan is definitely getting comfortable with making the calls. Obviously that was going to be something he had to get used to. He started off really nice in the spring and really has good command of it right now. Cody's done really nice. He's done some really good things. He gets mad every time I call Dime and put Dime in the game because he wants to be out there. But he's done really well. Both those guys complement each other. They communicate really well. They got a good relationship. So going well.
These two will have a share of the leadership responsibilities.
I look at that as a shared responsibility. You don't replace people like Bobby Wagner. You don't replace people like KJ Wright. Those are hard things to do. Obviously, we got great love, and we know where with Jordan and the guys that are here where they're going, but it's impossible to replace those guys. So a lot of times they're going to start by committee, until one person is. So between Quandre, Jamal, Brooks, Cody, and the guys up front can handle things with Shelby and Quentin Jefferson. It's really a leadership by committee is what I would say. That's how you have to try to fix those things.
Daryl Taylor is coming up next, but first, let's hear Clint Hurtt's comments on a few other defenders, including Artie Burns.
Anytime we have a coach on our staff that has background with a player that's coming from another team, or even if you had him in college, you want to use all those resources because when you're bringing a guy in from outside, you want to know, who are they as a teammate? Who are they in the locker room, meeting room, things of that nature. So you're bringing the right guy into your organization. So we definitely want to lean on his feedback.
Hurtt was also excited about the return of safety Marquise Blair.
First and foremost, it's great to have him back out here. For a kid that's gone through all the stuff he's had to deal with getting back healthy and whatnot, I think there's something to commend with the mental toughness, to continue to keep battling back and not turn it in, and to give him credit for that. But he's healthy. He's been explosive and twitchy. He's been looking good. And again, if he's healthy, he gives us another dimension. He adds another playmaker that we can have to our defense.
As promised, here is Daryl Taylor speaking about his new teammate, Uchenna Nwosu.
And I do. He's been everything I hope that in a pass rusher, and a coverage guy, and I think he's doing everything. And I'm learning from him, He's been here, been in the NFL longer than me, so I learn from him every day, how to be a professional, how to play the game and how to look for clues and everything, to play fast and, make plays each and every day. So I've been learning a lot from him, and I'm grateful for it. And it's exciting, man. That's all I can say. It's exciting to be here and, be a starter now and, get what I deserve.
Rookie Boye Mafe is also joining Taylor as an outside linebacker.
Oh, yeah, definitely. One of the outside backers, Boye Mafe, he's definitely a personality guy. He shows it every day, and we love it and we welcome it into our environment because that's what we're all about. And we love to see it every day, and that's how our environment is in our locker room and our team meetings and everything. And, it just brings energy to our team.
Adapting to the outside linebacker position in the new system, here's what Taylor said about his goals for improvement.
For me, my biggest room for improvement is to improve in the coverage and learn the ins and outs of it, and then also to improve in pass rushing with my hands and everything, and obviously to get more sacks. So, in those two areas, I've definitely improved a lot, and I'm ready to show it, once we have our first preseason game, and I'm working on it each and every day out here on the practice field. Before we get to the offense, here were Taylor's impressions of the rookie tackles. I love the two rookie tackles, man. They're working very hard, and they're getting better each and every day, and we're going to challenge them each and every day to make sure that we're ready to go for when we come time to play in September. So I'm excited, and, we're going to work them every day and make sure that they get better. Moving over to the offensive side of the football, here's how guard Gabe Jackson has been helping out those tackles.
Mainly just, showing my experience and anything they have a question about, if I can answer, just give them the knowledge that I do have and go on from there. They've been digesting everything Coach is saying. You can tell every day, the details that they're taking and improving and getting better at. They've been working on every day and walk through it and practicing and showing.
And here's Jackson's impression of the quarterback competition.
They both been, great in the huddle, communicating with things they like, things that seeing how do we feel about certain things, that if we need certain things adjusted, and we've just been working hand in hand with communicating with that.
On day 4 of Seahawks training camp, we got to hear from the Seahawks 2 quarterbacks competing for the starting job. First up, let's hear from Geno Smith about how he feels about the start of training camp.
I feel great. When I'm out there, I feel like I have, complete control over what I'm seeing. I feel like when I'm going through my reads, we talk about it when we go in the classroom and watch film. And, I feel like my reads and getting the ball out on time, being early, being decisive, all those things that, you want to do. I feel like I've been doing them. And obviously there's some times where you wish you can have a playback here or there, but, that's the reason for practice.
Geno also challenged the idea that this was a competition between him and Locke.
Well, I think you don't really have to compete with somebody else. The competition's with yourself. How much better can you get every single day? And I think leadership is just be yourself. Some guys are rah-rah leaders, like to talk, like to yell. Some guys are not. And we all have to be leaders. It's not going to be one leader. It's a team of leaders. We all have to, be held accountable, hold each other accountable. And so my job is to continue to hold everybody accountable. I lead through my hard work, my discipline, and I think guys feed off that.
And here's Geno's impressions of the offensive line.
The addition of Austin, he's really the quarterback of the line. He knows exactly what he's doing. He's on point every single day, and he's a great leader as well. And then, Charles, from day one, has stepped in, has been doing his job and doing extremely well. He's learning, as we all are. And, I can't wait to see all those guys just come together. Obviously, we got Gabe and we got D-Lou back. And then, the right tackle, whether it's Stone, whether it's Jake or Abe, they all have been doing a great job.
Interesting to hear all 3 names there as potential starters at right tackle. And before we get to Drew Lock's comments, let's hear from Geno on a few other teammates, including a new addition to the team, wide receiver Marquise Goodwin.
Oh, man, pure speed. I mean, that Olympic speed, even, I think he's in his 30s now, and it's still there. Quick twitch, can go get the ball. And the thing I love about Marquise is he's very serious about his craft. He works at it every single day. He's a guy, he came in, he's learning the offense. But when he's out there, if he makes mistakes, he makes it full speed. And it's one thing you love about him.
Next up, another speedy teammate in running back, Ken Walker.
Little story, we were running hills out there, right before camp. And I was trying to beat him, and I couldn't beat him one time. He's so fast and explosive. But just seeing him out here on the field, running the ball, he's got a great feel for how to set up his blocks. Like I said, I can't wait to see him with the pads on and, just see him continue to grow and continue to develop, because I think he's a really special player.
Let's close out Geno's comments with what he had to say about DK Metcalf.
Well, DK and I, we came in at the same time. He's a rookie, and then I signed here. And from day one, we had always watched film together. I had always talked to him about coverages and things to expect. And so we've always had a great relationship. Obviously, he's a great player, very talented. And so whenever you're playing with a guy like that, you just got to give him the ball. And he does a great job of getting open, making great catches. And, I think that when we got a chance to play together, we were getting better as we got reps in practice. And, I think some of the things we did on the field was pretty good. And obviously, there's things that we can get better at.
On that note, we can begin with Drew Lock's comments with his updates on working with DK before camp.
Yeah, I did. We got together. Again, I'm not a huge show that I'm working kind of guy on social media. You just better assume that I am, because I am. We got together through a couple times. He was impressive. I was happy that I got to before we got out here, because he's unlike anything I've ever thrown to, and he's a really impressive player, and he deserves every penny that he just got. So, me and him were one of those 2, I think maybe 3 guys that were in that draft room that night that didn't get drafted in that first round. So we both have that little chip on our shoulder. We both have felt that pain and have felt, what it feels like to be in that situation. And we have talked about it since, and something that we both keep in the back of our mind quite a bit.
Locke raved about another Seahawks receiver in rookie Derek Young.
Big guy, fast, strong, everything you can ask for from a receiver. And again, I talked about it about myself, but he's also a receiver that just has really good feel for the game. Really good feel when he's out there, leverage on corners, seeing safeties after the ball is snapped. I think the product of me playing well is with him is how well he's picked this offense up, how dialed in he is every single day, and just the effort that he comes out and brings every single day is top notch. And I've told him personally that I'm really impressed with the way he's playing right now as a young guy.
And now Locke's thoughts on his start at camp.
One, it's been really fun. This is an awesome environment to come practicing every day. Didn't ever really get music in Denver when we were practicing except for like warm-ups. So having it going all day, keeping the juices flowing for everybody out here, it's been an awesome experience so far. I've had a lot of fun, and I think we're playing really good football right now. It's nice to get back out here after OTAs, having some serious time under your belt with a lot of these guys, the offensive line, the wide receivers, running backs, and feeling like you can come out here and be comfortable behind center and play good football. And I feel like I've been doing that.
Locke has spent training camp with the second team offense so far.
Any time that I'm standing behind the center and get to call out a cadence, it's the most important rep of my life right then and there. I'm competing with everything I got, every single play. Doesn't matter if it's, the junior varsity at Bellevue High. I'm going to give everything I got for that single play right there. And we'll let the time, we'll let time evolve and see where it goes from there. But every play is just as important to me, no matter where, or ones, twos, Bellevue, JV, it doesn't matter. Every quarterback, wants the one reps. I think that process will, again, like I said, take care of itself. I'm going to keep doing everything I can with the twos, leading those guys, letting them feel me every single day, feeling like it's the most important rep, not only to me again, but to them as well. And that'll help this team grow. Being able to have such a good 1-2 punch with the ones and the twos, that helps these practices flow. It helps this team grow, and that's just kind of my idea on it. I'm going to keep doing everything I can with these twos right now, and let time sort it all out.
Despite this, Locke is still thinking of starting week 1 against his former team, the Denver Broncos.
It's a dream, so to say. It would be awesome, being able to see faces that, I'm really good friends with. But at the same time, flipping the switch, becoming that other guy that, kind of forgets about those relationships, and for at least 4 quarters until afterwards where, you change jerseys with one of those guys. But for those 4 quarters, man, it would be on for sure.
Let's wrap up this episode by hearing Drew Locke's thoughts on the acceptance he has felt from the Seattle community.
It's a big change. You buy your first home and end up selling it. And like I've said before, you had to make the adult deal and find a realtor and move out here. And it's a new place. I've never been to the P&W before besides a preseason game. And to be able to be accepted by, this city, these fans, like you said, it makes my life a whole lot easier. Walk around downtown Bellevue, people yelling at you. It's a fun atmosphere, and I can tell that this place loves their football, and it'll be fun on Sundays for them.
That's going to do it for today's episode. Thanks to Wilson Kahn for helping to produce. Follow him out on Twitter at Wilson_Kahn, CONN. Your next episode hitting the feed is going to be episode 379. We are getting into our 2022 season expectations for the Seattle Seahawks. So stick around for that. Become a member of the flock. GetInTheFlock.com. $12 a month gets you into our Ring of Honor on Facebook. Just $3 a month gets you into our Discord community where we chat on game days, and it's picking up throughout the week too. So check it out, GetInTheFlock.com, and we're going to be back giving our season expectations. So until then, go Hawks.